And there I am. InShalla and Ashe. Blessings to you, everybody. Thanks for joining me. Tonya D here. It's my daily snippet. Today's Thursday, August 5th, and I'm excited about the cosmic energy of today. It's brought to us by being love struck or being struck by love. So I'll get into the element first. So the elements, we have a Yin Wood Day Master. Yesterday was Yang, but again, we seriously have a lot of this Yin element from cosmological or the cosmologies, it's the Dagara cosmology. This is the four-pillar cosmology. Our galactic universe is actually filled with energy that flows through these infinite cycles of transformation. Even our Earth is on this high tide of transformation. We have Pluto in the house of Capricorn transforming our government, our institutions, and so much more. All those elitist higher things are having a new foundation. So this energy is made up of all of life. It's our stars, planets, trees, mountains, water, animals, so much more. And of course, it's human life, those cycles of life. So it's this combination of matter and energy. And it's also a force that allows the transformation from energy to matter and matter to energy. So, imagine, if you will, water. Water is pretty easy to imagine. Just to give you an idea of matter and transformation, ice is a form of water that actually transforms to water from ice, and steam, actually. So energy is the water, and energy is the steam, and also energy is heat that allows that transformation to happen. So the heat would be like the fire of the water. The ice would be more of the water. But the whole point is it's going from one form, water, to ice, which is a form, melting, which is another form. So it's transforming. So energy really is all of life in general. It's made up of a variety of forms and even different cosmologies. So the reason I was first actually drawn to four pillars was I use an energetic-based skin and body product, a system, a method. I use light, I use vibration, I use stimulation. And the four pillars of Chinese medicine actually took this whole process to another level. It's based off not just Chinese methods and philosophies, but also the energetic centers, the chakras. So it was just a lot easier to explain the elemental values and constitutions to people, my clients, than it was to say a disrupted energetic center or a confused center or all kinds of things that can happen to energy centers or an ancestral upset. So I took into the four pillars. I've been studying them for almost as long as everything else because they all merge together, actually. But the four pillars bring this holistic balance into the being. So the yang energy is like this expanded and growing, phase, where the yin is declining. So, you could always also look at this like the moon. So the moon itself is kind of a basic model, it goes from the waxing and the waning. So everything in life really flows through this model, really. So every expansion leads to a decline, which leads to another expansion and another decline, which is this endless cycle that we're on. We're on our way to the new moon right now, right? So I look for balance in these charts each day. And generally, when a disease is caused by a lifestyle, it's considered a yang energy. When it's caused by a constitutional condition, it is yin. So these forces of yin and yang kind of permeate or percolate in every aspect within a four pillars chart. And I predominantly use it for health and well-being, to assist people in change, really. So I always find it fascinating When I have somebody come to me, I see them organically, I hear them, I sense them, and I even feel them. But these charts are just great to show the imbalance or balance or whatever really that I'm looking into. So today we have this very yin day master, definitely bring in the water element, which also you want to bring in the ancestral element, which is metal. So metal or mineral will nourish the support system, water, which then also nourishes and supports our day master. So it's this yin water and this yang metal energies. So again, you can ground into these elements. Could even be a star, because I'm thinking of water and the galaxy stars. That was during a ritual I went through. But again, you can just sit by water. You can take an action of metal or mineral storytelling. It's kind of the wisdom, the ancient wisdom in the story. The liver is actually the organ to watch the energy of and anger would be the emotion, and what triggers your anger or those emotions, because that's actually, it's a growth period. Anger means to get moving, growth. That's what wood elements energy does. But the rooster there on their day branch, the lungs, it's oxygenation, it's blue blood, venous circulation, breath work. That would also assist in getting the body and the water circulation into flow, because water circulation is obviously the water element. Metal, venous, oxygenation, so blue blood circulation in the body. So that deep belly breath work, inner deep belly. Blah, blah, blah. But you could also bring in, if you felt called to, the element of fire with a blue or a white candle, or even both. So fire is action for a wood day master, or its performance. It's what you do. The month is actually our purpose on the month branch. So I guess that's how I kind of would describe that. But today, the cosmic energy is love struck, or being struck by love. So this is kind of the energy momentum of the day. It's where the law of attraction is actually in high action, high vibration. It's powerful. It's in our heart. It's our love story kind of energy, where we're literally attracting situations with those similar frequencies and vibrations. And we'll also be repelling, like bug spray, those that have loveless energy, like we're just pushing them out of our energetic field. Because love is the energy behind, holistically, organically, the law of attraction. So we might witness bigger shifts in our life on a day like today. The bigger ones, they're kind of out of this world, out of the normal, instead of the normal attraction kind of days. You might experience an energetic hiccup, a breakdown, could be in a relationship, different situations. It might even be your car. But what's breaking down, or where the hiccup is in areas in your life, those are the ones that our heart is literally no longer attracted to. So if you feel any tension in your body or disturbance in your force today with something, your heart is literally giving you clues to a situation that's expiring. It'd be like, you have to, like I just paid for my Jeep to get relicensed because it expired. So, I know mine has been like, I am just feeling into the juice of this magical next level moon story coming up. Be sure to check out and subscribe to my Musing Moon meditation. All those M's there. I'm super excited about it because we have a combination of really the lioness meets the lion in this gate. So I'm next level excited for this weekend, to be honest. But in self-discovering what in your daily routine that you have fallen out of love with, could be anything, it could be a car, a relationship, or even a connection that you have. So when our love or ourself actually escalates to this new level, I'm like imagining going up an escalator. This love story, when it escalates, we often realize that the person, place, or thing is below our personal love integrity. They no longer are vibrating at the frequency we are. So that's why a lot of things shift, right? And transform energy and matter. So if you, my friend, have outgrown a situation, today is the day that those life events will actually demonstrate that fact for you and to you. And also, you could come to understand the level of love and also connect that level of love to what you need. It's larger than what you presently are experiencing. So it's like this upcycling in your subscription. So it's like what was acceptable yesterday in your story is no longer justified giving your new love channel, your new subscription. So you literally set the dial to understand a higher quality of love in your day-to-day love story. So most of today's energy is really to learn to understand and how and where that love story, the love in your life, that love chalice, can seriously elevate you to a higher degree where your chalice, your personal love chalice, literally flows over. So it's an elevation and an evaluation of what does your heart believe. We're elevating that story. So I'm here to tell you to get flowing into the greatest personal love story that you could ever possibly imagine, and then some. And just know that anything that your heart doesn't believe in, absolutely 100% beyond, does not belong in your life. Seriously. And also, on the other hand, I'm kind of like looking to the solutions. So a solution is to look for based on what you believe, not necessarily on what you've been told. We've all been told a lot of things we're supposed to believe, but they don't resonate with our heart story. And it's kind of time where we shift that narrative and look into our love story based on what our heart, we totally believe in, what resonates. So some things maybe to muse about on a day like today is like really decide what does your heart believe, the belief channel, and then what belongs and also what does not belong anymore. So for me, it's like cleaning out my closet, those outfits that I haven't worn for 10 years, or at least, during this 2-year experience kind of thing, and removing what no longer belongs. Like, what am I no longer willing to wear, right? So it's time to really elevate the level of love in your life. So are you loving according to what your heart truly believes? I've switched my channel to only sticking in the grid of what does my heart love truly and authentically in my love story in my channel. Because really, the law of attraction is this action. It's the frequency that we frequent. And that's what kind of holds the vibration. So don't attempt or try to control any outcome of any situation on a day like today. Your control is in your heart center. Just be clear in your narrative of what your heart really, really authentically, truly wants. And your story, your narrative is going to shift on its own. Do what you can to literally not respond, kind of step out of yourself and watch the movie. That's kind of how intuition works sometimes. It's like third person. Until, sit back and watch until all of the pieces in the puzzle have kind of settled. Kind of reminds me of that song, Higher Love. And I actually have the lyrics here. It's too funny. Mostly because we should chant this today. So don't laugh at me. But it says, bring me higher love, love. Bring me higher love, and think about it. There must be higher love down in the earth or hidden stars above. And look inside your heart. Seriously, though, today is a day we should really be checking out those lyrics. I just Googled them. It's, Whitney Houston, and I can't, the Kyo or something like that. But seriously, check out those lyrics today, because we do need higher love in our personal garden and around us. So ultimately, life might get on our nerves today. It might make us a little freaky. But who hasn't outgrown the present quality of life or living for that matter? So it's time to actually cascade and shift into a new one. Feelings, the moon is in Cancer, might be presenting various emotions, fears, the what ifs, the coulda, woulda, shouldas, even memories that oftentimes we'd rather forget. But honestly, the solution is actually to determine, what does your heart believe life should be? Get a perspective outside of the narrative. Make the impossible possible. That's what gets in the way as well. So if it seems impossible, it's what you would rather create, the impossible. Start really a new unlimited possibility channel, a new barometer. Like take the temperature of it. Seriously, do it. I would do that. I'm going to do that actually, just saying it out loud. But our spiritual center, I wouldn't say it's our prime directive. It's our seventh energy center is activated today. Violets, aquamarine. Actually, periwinkle would be a good one for today too. You could also bring in transcendent colors, metals, gold, silvers, palladium. For some reason, palladium came in for me. I'm thinking of platinum actually, and palladium. So different metals. The angelic beings that are actually online today, and obviously there's more than just the ones I mentioned. But we always have Raziel because we're in the season of Leo, so that's just kind of a staple for the whole season. Uriel, the light of God. This is this intellectual being, creative insights, epiphanies out of the box. It's like, woo, we get struck by lightning and the idea pops in. So I would say call in Uriel to get those ideas, literally, of being struck by love and what your love channel is. What does that even feel like? And do you believe it to be true? That's kind of what, when your beliefs get online, you have a different frequency inside of you that starts vibrating naturally, organically is what I wanted to say. And then we have another archangel. His name's AdVachiel, and I probably am not saying that right. You can look at it in the show notes, but the wandering angel or the wanderer. So this is like when the world we live in feels too constrained and our eyes lift to the horizon, the sunset, the future. The endlessness of our world calls for us to actually depart from one aspect of our lives and really become part of the unknown, the unfamiliar. So in this space beyond this veil of what's familiar, that's where the adventure is. So it's time to really become unfamiliar with the familiar, or the conditions, right? The conditions of, I'll do this based on the condition of. Get out of the condition, right? So it's a part of us that never stopped existing out in this wild wilderness kind of side. So this angelic being, AdVachiel, I think I said that right, he truly guides us to rejoin in this union, to seek just for the sake of seeking. It kind of opens us up to live for the sake of life. It's time to really upcycle our narrative in so many ways, because we have so much going on, but yet we have nothing going on. It's kind of like that. And the card of the day, this is hilarious. I went back to my angelic or my fairy oracle deck, or the fairy ring. It's actually called the fairy ring. Because I wanted something otherworldly. I just felt into that. So I chose the fairies, of course. And you can see he's in the spring court. His name is Garconer. And I guess that's how you would say that. So you can see he's this handsome gypsy looking kind of elf, but not really an elf. He's wearing that red coat. He's got a yellow handkerchief, handkerchief around his neck. His hair is black. It's curly. It's kind of long. He's got a twinkle in his eye. He's inviting us at this glance to kind of peek in. And you can also see in the background, he's got a caravan, a tinker's cart, a gypsy cart. So he is this Irish elf who really looks like this handsome kind of gypsy. But what's funny is his name actually means love talker. So he loves, obviously, to seduce the mortal woman, go figure. However, you have to beware, any woman who yields to the sweet words, those essence, which I thought was funny. I pulled this card today. When you climb into his skin, or he pulls you in is what I should say, we become lost. So then we pine away and we die when this elf leaves us. And he always leaves. That's kind of the narrative of him. So you have to, has anybody had those loveless relationships? Don't raise your hand. We're shifting out of our love narrative right now. We're writing a new novel, a more important one, more importantly, it's just going to shift our narrative. But we've all experienced somebody like this that makes us pine away. However, the meaning of this card and the appearance of it that I pulled it, this love talker, is actually this indication of all of the possible attractions along with new relationships. They don't always have to be intimate loved ones. Love is love, right? Doesn't really matter what kind it is. You can love in the doing of something. You can love in the being with somebody. There's different aspects of love in a love channel. So, today's a day just to really allow for what your heart believes authentically in your day-to-day love story. That's ultimately what we want to create. So some affirmations to say for today. Probably this one's my favorite. I am frequenting a higher love channel in my daily life. I would probably say these affirmations at least 3 times, maybe every hour. I kind of set reminders on my phone, actually. Another one. I am tuned into what my heart believes first and foremost, actually. I truly believe in the ability to connect to higher vibrations. You could actually say higher energies, higher frequencies, really whatever resonates with you. So make it a love-struck day, InShalla and Ashe. And as always, I'll see you on the other side, or at least for my daily snippet. Thank you.